Hi everyone, Dan here with a new UTS character breakdown video, and today we're gonna take a closer look at the combo queen herself, Cammy. Now, Cammy's first appearance was in Super Street Fighter 2, and her backstory is rather interesting. She is a clone of M. Bison and was meant to be a replacement body for him when his own body would deteriorate due to the psycho power. However, she managed to break free from his mind control, and in part thanks to Vega, she joined Delta Red and has dedicated her time to bringing Shadaloo and M. Bison to justice. So, let's take a closer look at how she plays in the UTS system. Now, Cammy is a move 4 character with a health of 23, so quite fast and just a smidge lower health than average. Her Ultra, the Gyro Drive Smasher, is a -3 6 dice Ultra with mix-up 2 and has the added effect that you may spend 8 meter to use this attack as a free action after you deal damage with one of your projectile attacks. Now for her attacks, she has 9 projectiles, 7 strikes and 10 specials, so she's quite well balanced with just a smidge fewer strikes. Now, let's start off with her projectiles. First off, we have the Spiral Arrow, which is a 2 dice EXable attack, range 2 to 4 with knockback 1 and edge at range 3. It also has the added effect that after this attack resolves, if the defender was moved by it, move Cammy to the previous space. Otherwise, move Cammy to a space adjacent to them if able. And then we have the Axle Spin Knuckle, which is a 3 dice -3 attack with the added effect that if this attack deals damage, move Cammy up to 1 space. Now for her strikes, we have the Knee Bullet, which is a 3 dice range 1 attack with poke, and if you combo into it, you get another attack die. And it also has the added effect that after this attack resolves, move Cammy up to 1 space. Then we have the Cannon Revenge, which is a 2 dice range 1 attack with mix-up 1 and stun 1. And lastly, we have the Delta Throw, which is a 2 dice range 1 attack with throw 2. Now for her specials, we have the Hooligan Combination, which is a 3 dice range 2 attack. Then we have the Cannon Spike, which is a 3 dice EXable attack with -2 and knockback 1 and mix-up 1. And finally we have the Cannon Strike, which is a 3 dice range 2 to 3 attack with knockback 2 and edge at range 2. It also has the added effect that after this attack resolves, if the defender was moved by it, move Cammy to the previous space. Otherwise, move Cammy to a space adjacent to them if able. Now, for her events, we have the usual Focus Attack, Bait, and her super, the Spin Drive Smasher, which is a 4 dice -3 super with knockback 1 and the ability to combo out of it, which is quite unusual. Then, for her unique events, we have the target has been silenced, on to the next mission. Response. This card is played as a reaction to a face down attack played against you. When the attack is revealed, if it is a projectile or special, cancel it and deal 2 unblockable damage to the attacker. Then we have the Size and Strength are no use if you can't hit me. Played as a response. Play when an attacker whiffs an attack against you. Move Cammy up to 2 spaces and resolve a 3 dice unblockable attack against the attacker. Then we have the I knew you were weak response. Play when another player's turn begins. Reduce each source of damage you take by 1 for the rest of the turn. Then we have the Were my killer combos too much for you, huh? Also played as a response. Play when you resolve a combo action. Draw one card and return one non-super card from your discard pile to your hand. And lastly, we have the target acquired, beginning mission. This is also a response. Play when your attack card deals damage. Replace the right side's linker button on the attack with a green, red, blue and yellow linker button. Now, as you can see, Cammy has quite a few combos at her disposal. And that's not counting cards like Were My Killer Combos Too Much For You, Huh? And Target Acquired, beginning mission. So, let's take a look at our combos. First off, we have the Axle Spin Knuckle for 3 dice. Combo into a Knee Bullet for another 4. And ending in Spiral Arrow for 3 if you choose the EX for a total of 10 dice. Alternatively, you can go from Knee Bullet into the Cannon Strike for 4 dice and ending in the Spiral Arrow for 3 if you choose the EX for a total of 14 dice. The other option is to go from Axle Spin Knuckle for 3 dice into the Cannon Strike for 4 before ending in the Spiral Arrow for 3 if you EX. Then we have the Hooligan Combination for 3 dice, going into a Cannon Strike for 4 dice, before ending with a Spiral Arrow for another 3 if you choose the EX, for a total of 10 dice. Then we have the Super, the Spin Drive Smasher for 4 dice, going into the Cannon Strike for another 4 dice, and ending with the Spiral Arrow for another 3 dice if you EX, netting you a grand total of 11 dice. Then we have the Cannon Revenge for 2 dice, going into the Knee Bullet for 4, into a Cannon Strike for another 4, and ending with the Spiral Arrow for another 3 dice if you choose the EX for a grand total of 13 dice. And lastly, we have the Cannon Spike for 4 dice if you EX, going into the Cannon Strike for another 4 dice, before ending in the Spiral Arrow for 3 dice if you choose the EX. Now, many of these combos can go straight from the first and forego the Cannon Strike to head straight into the Spiral Arrow if wanted, or if you simply don't happen to have a Cannon Strike on hand. But mapping out all of her possible combo combinations is something I just don't have the room for. She has so many variants and options when it comes to her combos. And she gets even more combo options when you take cards like Target Acquired, Beginning Mission into account, which allows any card to work as a combo starter. Or the Were My Killer Combos Too Much For You, Huh? Since this interrupts your combo action to actually give you 2 more cards to your hand, allowing you to really amp up the combo potential. Then some of her other events are also really good, like I Knew You Were Weak, since you reduce each source of damage you take by 1 for the rest of the turn. And since attack card damage and knockback damage, if you hit terrain or a wall, counts as separate sources of damage, you can now potentially nullify any collision damage with this card for a whole turn. And she also has some quite good whiff events and a good response to try and make sure your opponent's attack doesn't get through. So all in all, she is a rather well-rounded character with a lot of good potential, especially for combos. So that's all I have for Cammy. As always, thanks for joining me. But remember, keep your J job, kids. Not everyone can fight like me. This is Danny Beaky, signing off.